Welcome back to Fantasy Football Today. I'm Jamie, that's Dave, that's Adam. We got some DFS good buys and bad buys for you, looking at the prices on FanDuel and DraftKings. The guys have given you their favorite plays on each respective site, the ones that they like, the ones you want to avoid. And let's start with the good buys. Adam, on FanDuel, who are you targeting?
Well, you'll see my lineup does not have Trevor Lawrence or Sam Darnold, but these are some opportunities if you want to just be a little bit different or save some money. Darnold is going to have his best game of the season. Could be one of his best games of his career. He's facing the Jets, and they might have the worst defense in football. And this is the time to play Trevor Lawrence against Houston. He's facing Houston, and they might have the worst defense in football. You got to go with the start of the week. I mean, the start of the week has to be on the good buy list, and that is Raheem Mostert. James Robinson's even less expensive than Mostert, and he's facing Houston. They might have one of the worst defenses in football. James Robinson should have a really good game. Look, if we knew Carlos Hyde wasn't going to have a role, Robinson would be in everybody's lineup. But I think he's still going to be in a lot of lineups because Robinson's got a great opportunity here. Robbie Anderson, revenge game. T. Higgins, look, I want a piece of this Bengals offense. I think this is going to be a potentially high-scoring game. I have a lot of confidence in Joe Burrow this week. Not everybody does. And I have a lot of confidence in T. Higgins this season. This is the start of a breakout year for Higgins. Chenault's going to be good, better in a DraftKings where it's full PPR. And George Kittle, save a little money. Don't go with Kelsey. Go with Kittle. He's going to tear apart the Detroit Lions.
All right, let's look at your bad buys now here. And you got a lot of big names on this list. Justin Herbert, Saquon Barkley. We can see all the names that you have here. But talk to me about TJ Hawkinson in particular, because a lot of people excited about him from a redraft standpoint, but a very difficult matchup against the 49ers.
Well, I try to figure out if it really is a difficult matchup. And what I noticed over the last 2 years, the Niners don't give up a lot of fantasy points to tight ends, but they also have not played a lot of good tight ends. And when they have, on the rare occasion, those guys usually do fine. But there's a ceiling. You know, if a team were bad against tight ends, then occasionally bad tight ends would have big games. That just doesn't really happen against the Niners. So I just don't think Hawkinson can have not to say he's a bad tight end, but I just don't see him having a huge game. I think he's fine, but you want somebody who's going to pop. And that's why I really think spending on Kittle makes sense this week. He just seems like much more certain to pop it and return value there. So Hawkinson's fine. I'm going to start him in the few leagues I have. I think I'm in 3 leagues. I'm starting him, but just not going with him in DFS.
Yeah, it's a $1,300 difference between Hawkinson and George Kittle on FanDuel there, between the good buys and the bad buys. All right, let's take a look now at the DraftKings good buys and bad buys, Dave, and we'll show your good buys list here, and a couple interesting names as well. You disagree with Adam on Hawkinson, but you also like Joe Mixon in what could be a tough matchup against a much improved Minnesota defense.
It is going to be a much improved Minnesota defense, but it's a much improved role for Joe Mixon. And Adam said it. You want to have a piece of this Bengals offense. I can't remember the last time anybody said that about the Bengals offense, but here we are. The catch for me about Joe Mixon is that his price is $1,000 less on DraftKings than it is on FanDuel. So I think that there's a real advantage that you can have going with Joe Mixon in your DraftKings lineup, and of course you're going to use him in seasonal leagues. And I completely disagree with him on Hawkinson, partially because of the price from FanDuel to DraftKings. He's cheaper on DraftKings. You get the full point for PPR. That means if Hawkinson gets you 7 for 77, he gives you exactly 3 times value. That's good for a tight end. But I think he's got the upside to do more. I think he's going to be the #1 receiver in the Lions offense. And I think at some point in this game, the 49ers are going to have a big enough lead that they're just not going to care. And they're going to let the Lions do whatever they want, and they'll use Hawkinson in the passing game, and he could score a touchdown.
All right, so we'll see if Adam's right, if Dave's right, but the pricing matters certainly between the two sites. DraftKings, he's much cheaper in terms of TJ Hawkinson. Let's look at the bad buys here for DraftKings. And Dave, you don't agree with Adam. You don't agree with me. You got Raheem Mostert as a bad buy on DraftKings.
Got nothing to do with Raheem Mostert. I love him for redraft. I think he's going to be just fine there. And I like him on FanDuel as well, because he's actually only $300 more on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. That price discrepancy matters here because he doesn't catch a lot of passes. And so for him to give you 3 times value, he's got to do better than what I just said Hawkinson has to do. And I think he'll be okay. I think he can score. I think he can get you 60 or 70 yards on top of it. I don't think he can do much more than that, and I don't think he has to, which is why I think Trey Sermon is someone who's going to be interesting just in general overall, maybe not necessarily in DFS. I would stay away from Mostert and Ayuk. I just think that there are so many people in this San Francisco offense that can help make it a winnable game. Not a winnable game, but put up enough points for them where you're not going to have to rely on just one guy.
All right, so we'll see if Dave's right, but I think he's going to be wrong. Love Raheem Mostert for this week. I hope he has a very big performance and even is worth the cost. All right, let's take a look at our lineups here and the players that we're going to start. We'll see if we put our money where our mouth is. Adam, your lineup on FanDuel. Very interesting here with the Seattle stack, because I think a lot of people are going to be excited about him, but talk about Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf on the same team.
Oh, yeah. Russell Wilson every week for the first half of the season, and then never again after the first half of the season. We know our lesson here. Metcalf is your opportunity to get a stud wide receiver while saving a little bit of money. Is he as good as Devontae Adams? No, but he's $900 cheaper. He's $800 less than Tyreek Hill. So he's one of the last true studs that you can get. And so that's why I have him at $7,700. And Wilson, I think they're going to have a huge game. I think this is another game where there could be a lot of points scored, and really interested to see the debut of this new offense. I think this whole season is going to be about propping up Russell Wilson. Might win that first MVP. By the way, Devontae Smith, pretty cheap, and the Falcons allowed 100 yards or a touchdown to a wide receiver in 14 of 16 games. So I'll take a flyer on him.
It should be fun to see how these guys operate. Devontae Smith making his NFL debut against that Falcons defense. Dave, you're going with the stack as well. You got the Packers stack here on DraftKings, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. You're really confident those guys are going to smash like they typically do.
Pretty much so, and we know that the New Orleans secondary will eventually be good, but for now, it's not. I think Rodgers takes complete advantage, even though there are questions about the offensive line. And I went big at running back, Jamie. Christian McCaffrey, Antonio Gibson. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to go with Raheem Mostert. Gibson and Mostert, pretty close in value on DraftKings. I'd rather have Gibson. He'll catch more passes. He's got just as good of a chance to score. And I've got one stud receiver in A.J. Brown, and then I went cheap, baby. Marvin Jones is one of the best values. Tyler Conklin at tight end. And open the door for Elijah and watch your wine, because I think he's going to end up being great at 3,000. He gets you 4 catches for 50 yards. That's 3 times value. I could see him getting 6 catches for 85 yards. Awesome value. He should be in your lineups in DFS for sure.
All right, my lineup on DraftKings, you'll see most of it. You can read about it on CBSSports.com in the sleepers column. Going with a little Eagle stack here. Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. Expect those guys to connect and connect in a big way.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.